So here I'm doing solving unfactorised quadratic equations. To solve a quadratic equation, remember it always has to equal to 0, which these ones all are. So all we need to do is factorise it. So we've got two sets of brackets. Okay, so let's look at the first one. We've just got x squared. So all we're doing is finding two numbers that multiply to get plus 24 and add together to get negative 11. So that must mean it's two negative numbers, because negative times a negative equals positive, but it would also add together to get negative 11. So if we look at two negative numbers, so it's negative 24, negative 1, no, negative 12, negative 2, negative 8, negative 3, there's my combination that adds together to get negative 11. Okay, so if we put those in the brackets then, so it's going to be x minus 3, x minus 8 equals 0. And if you remember that when either of those brackets equals to 0, then the whole thing would be 0. So first of all, we're going to let that bracket equal 0. So that means x equals 3. Okay, and then we've got this bracket equal to 0. And so therefore x equals 8. So when x equals 3 or x equals 8, that will be true. Okay, let's have a go at factorising this next one. Now we've got no x in the middle, so you can think of it as 0x. So we want two numbers that multiply to get negative 36 and add together to get 0. And if you think about the square root of 36 is 6, so if I'm using positive 6 and minus 6, that will give me adding together to get 0. So that's what's going to go in my brackets. Some people might know that is a difference of two squares. Okay, so let each of the brackets equal 0. So x plus 6 equals 0. So x equals negative 6. Or x minus 6 equals 0. X equals 6. And for either of those two, the equation would be correct. Okay, this one's a little bit different. We've got a coefficient in front of the x squared. Just check to see whether there's a common factor first. Nothing divides into 6, 5 and negative 6, so we can't do that. So remember, take the first and the last and multiply them together to get negative 6. Okay, negative 36. So we want two numbers that add together to get negative 36 and multiply to get negative 36 and add together to get plus 5. So we've got a positive and a negative, and the positive number has to be bigger because it has to add together to get positive 5. So let's have a look. 36 and negative 1 doesn't work. 18 and negative 2 doesn't work. What else divides into 36? 9 and negative 4. 9 times negative 4. And that's the combination that we want, because 9 minus 4 equals positive 5. So what we do is break up the 5x into plus 9x minus 4x. Okay, split it in half and factorise. So common factor for 6x squared and 9x is 3, and also x. So if we take 3x, pull 3x out the front, we're left with 2x, because 3x times 2x is 6x squared, and plus 3. Okay, this one's also going to be 2x plus 3. And let's have a look. 2x times what equals negative 4x, and that's negative 2. So if we expand that out, that's negative 4x. Negative 2 times positive 3 is negative 6, which is what we want for that one there. So our two brackets are going to be 2x plus 3, because we look at what's common in both of those, and what's left in the other bracket is 3x and minus 2. Now put both of those brackets equal to 0, because then that would be true. Okay, so 2x equals negative 3, and so x equals negative 3 over 2. And here 3x equals 2, So x equals 2 over 3. So when x is either 2/3 or negative 3 over 2, sorry, it's a bit messy, then that would be true. And that's how to solve unfactorised quadratic equations.